Okay, so we're in week 4 now, so this is my full push workout. So prep's going pretty well, to be fair. Definitely feeling leaner as we go on. Cardio's remaining the same at 30 minutes per day. And nothing too taxing, to be honest with you. Calories are still sitting at 2,400, but realistically they'll probably be coming down as of next week. So with a push exercise, I normally start with 3 chest exercises and then I'll alternate, depending on how I'm feeling, either triceps or delt movements. Sometimes if I do delt movements, it can impact my triceps, so it just depends on how I'm feeling. So when it comes to the chest, I like to utilise something that's going to get me in a full stretched position. That's going to make sure that my chest is nice and stretched, it is nice and loose when it comes to doing the pressing movements. This means that I'm getting the blood in there, and for me personally, this is just something that I do enjoy. So when you are doing the pec deck, as you can see here, so you're wanting to try and envision you're bringing those wrists together and keeping those arms as straight as possible when you come to, finish the movement. So we move on. So after the pec deck, I felt a slight twinge in my left pec. So previous week, I had done the 44s for 9. So obviously my philosophy, I've spoke to you before, is in terms of overload, so progressive overload. So I'm always looking to try and chase those numbers. On my top set, I'll do 6 to 10. So once I get to a weight that I can do 10, the next workout I'll be increasing the number. So normally what I'd be looking to do is finish off those 44s, get up to 10 and then move on. But being an experienced lifter, there's no point chasing a number. I did try the 44s, but it didn't feel natural. I felt as if I was going to get injured. And that's where you need to make a rational call. There is no point chasing that number if it's going to mean that you're going to get injured. So I dropped it down, not significantly. Obviously this is 36. So still felt good lifting this. Definitely was still sore after this workout. So for me, it's just about being smart. Ultimately, you want to be able to make sure that you continue on lifting and you don't have periods out the gym because you've been silly and chased a number where ultimately you had an injury. So then we do the back off sets. So these are the 2 back off sets. So again, working in a different range of movement here. So I'm looking to try and get up to sort of 10 to 15 so that I'm working in different ranges ultimately. First exercise and first set will always be chasing that strength, and then this is more in terms of the hypertrophy, making sure that I'm getting that volume in the workout. Then follow on with the cable flies. So similar advice, like I said, when we're talking about the pec deck. Ultimately, you're just looking to bring those wrists together, straighten those arms out at the end of the movement, and really squeeze those chest pecs. So as you can see here, nice exercise, definitely something that I like to utilise. You can play about depending on obviously where you want to hit your chest. If you're wanting to, work the upper chest more, then you obviously bring the cables down lower, and in the middle will be similar to the pec deck, so that'll work overall chest. So after this, I did basically 3 sets of 10 to 15 on this exercise. This finished off the chest part of the workout. So it's 3 exercises and 3 sets. Some of you may think, oh, that's not a lot of volume, but ultimately I'm pushing as hard as I can. Ultimately, I am needing those 2-3 days recovery. My chest is always sore after these workouts, so it just shows you, your volume. It's going to be different for everybody. If you are intensifying your workout and you're pushing as hard as you can, scientifically it's shown, even as low as sort of 3-4 sets can obviously show massive growth. For me, I would always average for sort of 10 to 20 sets max over the course of the week. As I've spoke to you about before, I'm more about higher frequency. So rather than doing like a bro split where you work your chest each Monday, I'll be working my chest sort of 2-3 times a week. Lower volumes in each workout, but ultimately I'm still getting the volume over the course of the week. Same with any of the muscle groups. So obviously the push workout, I'm working my delts, my triceps and my chest. Following that, I'll do legs, I'll have a rest day, and then it's back to chest and back. Then after that day, it is delts and arms. So as you can see, they're constantly getting hit. I'm having those few days in between to recover, and then ultimately back in stimulating that muscle again. For me, this is something that I've learned over time. This works for me. A bro split might obviously work for you better. That's the whole point of the gym. find out a split that works for you, see what you're getting the best enjoyment out of first and foremost, and also what you're getting progress from. Other things obviously you can do is like push-pull legs or upper lower. All of these I've tried. Definitely for leg development, these are good options. But for me, my current goals, this is what I'm basically running for at the moment. This is just for this prep. My previous prep was more of a upper lower split. And ultimately, you just need to enjoy it, see what works for you, and if you find a split that works for you, then just try and maximise as much growth out of it as possible. So here we are just finishing off. This was the dip machine, so it felt as if probably wanted to get as much out of this as possible, so I utilised a drop set. Drop sets, as I've spoke to you about, these are intensifiers. When calories are low, you're probably wanting to minimise these as much as possible. Towards your end of the workout, then that's fine, but definitely not every exercise. It's going to be too taxing on you, and like I said, fatigue-wise, you're probably going to be sore for too many days before you can then go in and hit it again. As you can see, obviously it was definitely burning. And then just finally finishing up the exercises here in terms of this. This is a new machine that I've started using. Normally I just use dumbbells, but definitely, I definitely felt the burn on this one. So again, just three sets on this, 10 to 15. Push as hard as you can, as heavy as you can, and ultimately the next workout, see what I hit on this number wise, and then look to progress it. And that's the same overall lifts. And then just finishing off the workout, again 30 minutes cardio post workout.